A time of
Oh, wait. Oh, the game was muted too. Wow. Okay. Alright. Another review code from Kim Miller. I've been waiting to play this game. There's a bunch of games I want to play. This one looks very interesting. I have 4 games planned to play today. I don't know if I can play all of them. Hopefully we can. I wanted to start the stream earlier today, but it didn't happen. Got busy. I'm just double checking that I'm not forgetting anything, and we have commercials soon on Twitch, so it's gonna wait a little. It's okay. It's okay. Hola, buenos días. Hola Mike, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. Escribe loot 2 veces, nomás para asegurarme que sí le puse cooldown. La otra vez se me olvidó ponerle cooldown. Y nadie spameó. Me sorprendí. De suerte que nadie escribió loot en spam, que si no estuvieran spameando todos. Dale otra vez, escribe el loot otra vez. Espera, ¿por qué no lo? Hachis. Ah, espérame. Oh. Espérame. Ok, inténtalo otra vez. No, estaba bien al principio. Fui yo, lo programé mal. Inténtalo otra vez. No, pero sin el signo de exclamación, pues. Según yo, que para que sea más fácil de escribir, y como que a la gente le está poniendo el signo de exclamación, no sé por qué. O sea, no eres el único. No eres el único que no sabe seguir instrucciones. Espérame, la música está muy alta, no puedo escuchar mis pensamientos. Wow. Según yo le bajé la música y como que ya está muy alta. Dejamos todavía más. Y ya no le que le quites el signo de admiración, pues nomás escribe loot. No, Mike. Y luego se queja de que no gana juegos. No. Esta cosa no funciona con control. Wilfred. That's Wish. Story mode. Normal. Reginald. Mortimer. ¿Qué nombres son esos? Pineapple! Hi Pineapple, how you doing? Good afternoon? What are you doing, Patuti? How are you doing? Why are you slurring your words? How you doing, Pineapple? I'm about to check a bunch. Que escribas loot sin signo de admiración, pues. Good afternoon. Why that wish is the normal, the default? I don't know. Mortimer, Dorian, Quentin, Everald, Cedric, Ulrich, Baldwin. Going dandelion here. Why are you traumatized with the dandelions? Todavía no funciona. Me lo puse mal. Manches, rompí el bot, pues. A ver. ¿Cómo rompí el bot? Are they like Celtic names? Irish names? Wait. Why loot isn't working? Why are they too different? What isn't working? Ow. You hacked loot? That's why. Can you try it, Pineapple? You know what? Maybe what happened is that Mike activated the cooldown somehow, but they didn't give him anything. See? Why it works for you? So, a 3, boo. Mike, me rompiste el bot. Te culpo por andarle poniendo símbolo de exclamación. ¿Quién le dijo? A ver, ¿quién le dijo que le ponga signo de exclamación? A ver, veamos esto. Inténtalo otra vez, Mike. It was waiting for me to say it, and proceeds to destroy me. Inténtalo otra vez, Mike. Escribe loot. Sin exclamación. ¡No, hombre! ¿No te quiere el bot? ¿Y eso? What? Hold on. A ver, una vez más. Why bot's doing this? I know! It hates Mike. For sure, Latino, baby. Qué feo. A ver, otra vez, Mike, dale. Estoy tratando varias cositas. What are you doing this? Todavía no. ¿Y eso? ¿Por qué no te quiere el bot? ¿Por qué te está ignorando? ¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué hiciste, Mike? Mira, el bot está programado para ignorar bots. Eres un bot, Mike. Eres un bot ahora, Mike. What conspiracy? Wait. He didn't even answer you either? Huh. No! No pasé la prueba del bot. Dame otro, espérame. Voy a intentar otro. Okay.
Ok, Mike, una vez más. A ver si esta vez funciona. Ay, no me ponen chippy. No me ponen voz de ardilla. Ahí estás todavía, Mike. Dale. Oh. Ah, lo arreglé. Oh, oh, oh. Igual no ganaste. Todavía funciona. ¿Por qué te ignoraba el bot? Ah, bien raro. Ahí está, ya funciona. Ya está muy bien. Baldwin, Dunstad, Weimar, Osric, Torvald, Sigmund, What? Karl the Mag, Parliament Fort, Leopold, Edmund, Alaric, Baldric, Godfrey, Lambert,
Roderick, Frederick, Clarence, Humphrey, what a weird name. The chief people always did a trick, right? Bertram, Percival, Tiberius, Yorick, Victorine, Harold, Frederick, Alric, Reginald, Victorine, Clarence, Dunstad, Quentin, Ulrich, Godfrey, Roderick, Wilfrid, Dorian, Tiberius, Yorick, Mortimer, Lambert, Carlemagn Fort, Osric, Leopold, Alaric, Lambert. Let's go.
In ancient chronicles
Ooh.
covered with the dust of oblivion, 5 kings are mentioned, each of whom reigned for no more than 444 days. This was the exact amount of time needed for each contender to complete the path to coronation.
Batuti!
A peculiar
Yeah, you're right.
tradition in the sacred texts. This period became known as the succession of changing kings. A once prosperous kingdom had withered into a decaying fiefdom. Fields that had yielded bountiful harvests were now overgrown with weeds. Trade caravans had all but vanished, and the finest of its people had abandoned their homeland in search of a better future. Few dared to hope that you, the last of an ancient dynasty, would succeed in breaking this vicious cycle. The wise patriarch went to the throne of light to pray for you. Before leaving, the patriarch vowed to return in exactly 444 days to preside over your coronation. Until then, you will remain a Dauphin, a mere shadow of a future king. As you ascended the throne, the sky above the castle was gray and gloomy. Doubt swirled around you, denser than the clouds overhead. But somewhere in the depth of your mind, a thought flickered. Your fate has not been sealed yet. Time loomed over you like an unrelenting weight, but one chance remained. The only chance to prove that you were more than just another failure on the throne, to show that you were the one who could restore the light and glory of the kingdom. Break the succession of changing kings at any cost. Survive to be crowned king.
The hall was cloaked in dim light, with
Ooh.
the flickering glow of the fireplace casting long shadows on the walls, lending the surroundings an air of mystery. You stood by the massive window, gazing out at the distant hills. Your thoughts drifted between past and future, fears and hopes intertwining. Faint footsteps echoed in the corridor. The heavy door opened soundlessly, and Adrian the Holloway entered the room. Of course, you had heard of him. His silver hair and trimmed beard gave him the appearance of a wise figure from ancient legends. The steward paused at the threshold, regarding you with a look of respect tinged with subtle sorrow. "Your Grace," he began softly, his voice smooth and warm like velvet spreading through the room. "Allow me to offer my congratulations on your ascension to the throne. I am Adrian I. Holloway, your steward and henceforth your loyal servant. I am here to assist you in this trying hour."
I don't know if I believe him. Are you really loyal? I don't even know you. Oh,
A faint, barely perceptible smile flickered across Adrian's lips as he gestured toward the table, where a map of the kingdom lay spread out. "Let us start with the fundamentals," he began. "Here on this map are all the lands of our kingdom. Every region, every village, every forest, and every river. This is your kingdom, and you must know it as well as the back of your hand." Adrian's long, graceful fingers glided over the map, bringing its features to life with each motion. "You rule not just over the land, but over its people," he continued, his tone taking on a sterner edge. "Every soul, from the humblest peasant to the mightiest noble, looks to you for justice and wisdom. But understand this: justice is a concept that varies from one person to the next, and sometimes wisdom demands actions that seem to defy justice. Equally vital is maintaining a respectable level of the kingdom's defense. The
Here on
lower
this
it
map,
falls,
there is
the
a
more
bunch of
pirates,
stuff that is your
bandits, and
kingdom.
unscrupulous neighbors
Learn
will
it,
seek
touch
to
it,
exploit
consume it. It tastes like
A
tomato
weakened
potato
healthcare
soup.
invites epidemics and disease. Threats no fortress walls, no matter how strong, can keep at bay.
Why are you
You listened
traumatized?
intently, your
Huh?
expression growing grave as the weight of your duties began to settle upon you.
Why is he still talking?
Justice and wisdom. You had never been prepared to bear such responsibilities as a ruler. Adrian noticed your unease, and with a
Why is he
gentler
still
tone,
talking?
offered reassurance. Do not worry, your majesty. I'm here to assist you. We shall take small steps.
Ah!
Each day, choose 1 or 2 tasks I have marked on the map, and act according to where your heart and reason guide you.
Why are you traumatized with tomato soup? Also, hi Kim, how you doing? Good. Good evening. No, it's afternoon. No, it's evening already. Oh, 82 already. You just got here and already at 82. I just know you like tomato soup. I do like tomato soup. Evening. Why they always say know it as the back of your hand? I don't know the back of my hand. The other day I found a scratch I didn't know I had. Apparently from a cat. I didn't even knew. I didn't even feel it. It was there. Definitely was there. Seems clear enough. Oh. Oh. Tutorial 3 out of 4. What is this? People? Commoners. Faction attitude is attitude unknown. Missing informer. Army. Aristocrat. Church. Oh, okay. So there are 4 factions. Commoners, army, aristocrats, and the church. And then we have defense and health. Initiative. What's initiative? Who knows? Throne hall, king's hall, tavern. We don't have access to the tavern. Can we? We can zoom in. So we have plantations, and we have, I don't know, I guess this like a towers, defense, some houses, lighthouse, a ship is there. Whoa, suddenly a lot of pink trees. What is this? It's a little island. What do we have? Forest, some ruins, an outpost over here. Something happened there. Oh,
This is a castle. An abandoned house, creepy house. More houses, and farms. What's this? A church? Cemetery? Why this one has smoke? And windmills, more plantations. Ooh, this a race house. The tutorial, your town. Is this my town? Oh, this is my castle. I live there. Then I guess this is the main town. Who knows what this is? This should be the church probably, or this one, I don't know, or this one they look kinda. Or this one, they look taller than all of them. Whoa! Something happened here, this is magic. Another ruins. Another little house over here. Oh. Red! Hi Red! Thank you for the raid. And welcome Vegas. My name is Ashley. You can call me Lynn. Welcome to my stream. Did you finish the game? Did you finish Resident Evil? Now I have to when you shopping.
Did I make it? Okay.
oh,
I'm
nice.
flipping.
You gonna play the next one?
Flippable. There's a flippable.
Flippable.
I'm flipping. I am flipping.
Ah!
I'm flipping.
Slightly sleepy. How you doing? Good. Is everything for you too? What? Oh, you're flipping! That's stupid. I show you. Flip. And then what's going on? So you're gonna play Resident Evil 8 now? I lost my game window. Oh, here. I just started this game. Just started. We just finished reading 2 pages of dialogue. Well, the game read it for me. But we haven't do a tutorial. Oh, we have a mine. Another little town. We have a lot of towns. Normal game first before I go. Oh wait! Did 7 have a little DLC about finding some tapes? Right? And then there was... I think you play cards? Or something? And then there's another one in the crematory. No, you're gonna do those? I did try them. I don't remember if I finished them, but I did try them.
The steward led you through the narrow corridors of the castle, past ancient tapestries and stone arches. You stopped before a massive door adorned with intricate carvings. Adrian produced a key that he always carried and opened it. He guided you to a large writing desk made of dark wood, where neatly arranged project cards were laid out. Here is a list of potential projects for construction and people you may consider hiring, sire, he explained, gesturing toward the scrolls. Oddly enough, despite the succession of changing kings, the castle's vaults still hold a decent stockpile of gold. There is also a fair amount of stone, timber and ore in the storerooms. But your time is limited, and these resources must be spent wisely. Use your royal initiative prudently. It is your most critical resource. He paused, allowing you to absorb the gravity of his words. You must decide whether to repair the heavily worn fortress walls or to strengthen the royal guard. Perhaps it's better to provide work for the commoners, so they don't idle about aimlessly. Do you enjoy good health? Adrian's gaze shifted to you with a hint of concern. Because there are no physicians left in the castle. The last city doctor departed for Thorn a week ago, right after your predecessor's funeral. Adrian sighed, his tone lowering and becoming more serious. I bring this up because King Radwin, whom the people mockingly called Radwin Forgive Me Please, humiliated the commoners to such an extent that they hung him in the town square. And King Gilbert the Glutton fared no better. His unbridled appetite led to his demise. He died at the dining table. Rumor has it he was poisoned, though no proof was ever found. Adrian's gaze swept over the study. Every decision you make will shape the fate of this kingdom, sire, and affect how your subjects perceive you. Should the favor of any of the 4 influential factions, the commoners, the army, the aristocrats, or the church, fall to critical levels, the consequences will be dire. As of today, you likely have no idea who supports or opposes you. Hiring an informant would be a wise first step.
Yes, but is the informant trustworthy? I'll think about it.
Adrian led you further through the corridors, eventually arriving at the throne hall, a modest room with walls adorned by banners and a single throne standing against the stone wall. Sire, this is the throne hall, Adrian began, gesturing toward the throne. Here is where you will make swift decisions, pass judgment, and hear reports. He fixed you with a serious look, emphasizing the gravity of his next words. Before you end your day, remember to visit me here in the throne hall, Adrian continued.
Hi, Chef.
News
How you
often
doing?
arrives
Oh,
by
no,
the end
you're
of the day,
surviving.
along
Yes.
with urgent matters
Thank you for
requiring
being
your
here.
judgment. This is crucial to keeping your finger on the kingdom's pulse. You nodded, understanding the significance of this ritual. Adrian took the cue to proceed. Once you have attended to matters in the throne hall, you may retire for the night, and the next day will begin. It's vital to hold out for 444 days, as many forces will try to thwart you. Those uninterested in the kingdom's prosperity, those seeking their own gain, external enemies, and internal conspirators. Adrian paused, giving you time to absorb his words, then added with quiet conviction, "And don't dismiss the curse of ill fortune, even if you don't believe in destiny. Stay vigilant, sire, and may Lumen's light guide you."
Who is Lumen? Let's get started. Ya llegó Rem. Hola Rem, ¿cómo estás? Buenas tardes. For a moment I thought it was a tree of cows, because there's this little tree trunk, and then there's a circle of cows, and wait, what? There's a tree of cows? Oh no, wait. The tree don't have leaves. So, what we do? We don't have informants. There is no sadder story in the world. Oh, these are like quests. Twist of the wrist, and a bit of trickery. A smelly affair. Ew. Curb your appetite. The harder the training, the harder the battle. And that's about it. Let's hear about. There is no sadder story in the world. Huh? You gonna read it?
There is no sadder
Yes.
story in the world. The Cattleman's Alley was bathed in the light of the setting sun when tragedy struck, shaking the peace of the capital. Two noble houses, the E. Montecu and the I. Calopeto families, whose names were always on the lips of the city's high society, clashed in a deadly confrontation. The feud between these families had roots that stretched back through the ages, but this time it ended in heartbreak. Young Tibor Incalopetto, a fiery youth with pride ablaze in his eyes and heart, challenged Mercurio y Montecu to a duel. Their clash, like a bolt of lightning, unfolded before the astonished citizens. What began as heated words soon escalated into desperate blows. Before anyone could intervene, Tibor's blade pierced Mercurio's chest. The blood of the young y Montecu streamed onto the cobblestones, mingling with the dust, forming patterns as if an invisible artist painted a final masterpiece. Mercurio's last words were filled with bitterness and curses, echoing across the hushed square. The old feud reignited with new fury, like a spark igniting dry straw. The E. Montecu family, stricken with grief and rage, demanded justice, calling for Tibor to face harsh punishment. The I. Calopetos, on the other hand, claimed the duel was fair, and that Mercurio's death was nothing more than a tragic but rightful conclusion to the conflict.
1 second. I'm gonna take notes because I'm very bad with names. And since we are being bombarded with names, I'm gonna just write down everything. So, we have two families. We have the E. Montecu. Why everyone's name start with E? Oh. Doesn't that have to do with like, or city name is starts with I, so, or something, and so everyone is called I something because of the city or something? Okay, E. Montecu. And Calopeto. E. Calopeto. And then Mercurio and Tibor. Mercurio versus Tibor. And then before anyone could intervene, Tibor's blade pierced Mercurio's chest, so Tibor won. The blood of the young Montecu streamed into the cobblestones, mingling with the dust, forming patterns. Mercurio's last words were filled with bitterness and curses. What began as heated wars, why they're fighting? who were always on the leaves of the city, had slightly clashed in a deadly confrontation. The feud between these families had roots that stretched back through the ages, but this time it ended in heartbreak. He rejoiced with pride ablaze in his eyes and heart. Challenge. Okay. Tibor challenged Mercurio and won. Their clash like walls lightning unfolded before the strange citizens what began as a heated war, sunscade and desperate blows. Okay, they all feel reunited with a new fury, like Sparvula and Montecu families stricken with grief, demanded justice, calling for Tibor to face harsh punishment. The Calupetos, on the other hand, claimed the duel was fair, of course, because they won. Because that was nothing more than a tragic but rightful conclusion to the conflict. Tibor must be executed. Imprison Tibor in the dungeon for 10 years with no chance of early release. Let the Calupetus pay the Montecu family gold equal to the weight of the deceased. By the way, was he a big fellow? I recuse myself. What is recused? I don't want to let Countess Ivanshel decide. Oh, this will be good. But I don't have him. I don't have her. Who? They were always quarreling. But there is no mention that they had previous felt between these families had stretched back through the ages, but this time, and it's the first time that someone gets killed because of that. No killing in my kingdom, so pay. Your behavior resembled that of the tribal.
Resembled that of a tribal chief, but was there truly a better option?
But it was not fair, because the Calupeto guy is the one who challenged. What did we lose? We lose what is this? Defense. We lose defense and we lose what is that? The rich people. Oh well. I made Calupeto pay gold. I don't know if this is gonna come back to us, but okay. The aristocracy. Okay, that was bad. We don't have people. Oh, I see. So this. Oh. Interesting. So this is going to affect this one. I don't know what this is going to affect. This is going to affect the army. This is going to affect the church. Jin! Look! Only one time. Hi Jin, how you doing? Good morning. Okay, let's do this one then. Twist of the wrist and a bit of trickery.
Twist of the wrist and a bit of trickery. You travel back to the castle along a winding country road that snakes between rolling green hills and dense leafy forests. The main trade route, usually bustling with merchants and life, has been rendered impassable by recent rains, forcing your entourage to take a detour. The sun dips low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the path. Suddenly, up ahead, you spot a gathering of people. They've formed a circle, and laughter and applause echo from its center. As you approach, you see a magician clad in a long, hooded cloak, deftly juggling before pulling vibrant flowers out of thin air, as if by magic. Troy, son of Gishbar, at your service, he announces with a graceful bow, meeting your gaze. His voice brims with energy and an almost otherworldly charisma that makes you instinctively want to trust this peculiar fellow. You decide to stop and watch the performance? Your companions gather around you, forming a semicircle so you can enjoy the spectacle. Noticing you among the audience, Troy begins his act. First, he pulls a white dove from his empty sleeve. The bird soars skyward, drawing gasps of wonder from the crowd. Then, he conjures coins from the air, expertly flipping them from hand to hand before they vanish as suddenly as they appeared. His movements are swift and precise, every gesture honed by years of practice. Enchanted by the magician's craft, you don't immediately realize that your small travel pouch containing your money has disappeared. It's only after the performance ends, as the crowd begins to disperse and you prepare to continue your journey, that you notice the loss. "My coin pouch," you mutter, glancing around. Your guards immediately begin searching for the suspicious magician, but the nimble wizard has already vanished into the crowd, leaving behind only the memory of his mesmerizing show.
Like an audiobook game. I don't know. I appreciate that they read the story for me, so I don't have to read it. To hell with him, under the city guard to hunt down this scoundrel. How about that track down? Oh, we need that. We don't have anything. I learned the city guard to hunt down this scoundrel. Yeah, I didn't like this, his voice bringing with energy and an almost otherworldly charisma that makes you instinctively want to trust this peculiar fellow. No, he's hooded. Don't trust him. What's wrong with you? No. I knew there was something wrong with this. But he's good. We should get him. We should hire him. To hell with him. I don't know. We should hire this guy. He's a ninja. If I make the city guard to hunt down this scoundrel, we're probably going to lose some army forces distracted trying to find someone who stole my pouch. To hell with him, that's also not right, because he cannot just steal from the... Well, I'm not a king. Am I the king? I have no idea. No, I'm not a king. I'm whatever other name they give me. He needs to pay for his insolence. If we had the detective, we probably could hire him. If we let him go, he's gonna be like, I can steal from the king and I'm gonna do it again. So, because we don't have a detective, I need to figure out how to get people. Let's do some cards.
Hundreds of soldiers spent an entire week fanning out the country roads and roadside taverns. No trace of the trickster was found, and in the eyes of the army, you now seem ridiculous.
What? What if I let him go? Also, I would seem ridiculous. Well then. Oh, and it's all over. So, where? The throne room waits. Which? No.
The butler's advice. The butler catches you poring over documents belonging to your predecessors, the previous Dauphin. Much of what you have read today could only be described as drivel, such as Gilbert the Glutton's 76 donut recipes or Magnus the Heretic's annotated chess games. However, a significant portion was penned by Sigurus the Recluse, perhaps the most accomplished of the changing kings. He was only 4 days shy of coronation. You stretch lazily, allowing your still young bones to creak like those of an elder. Your Majesty, Adrian the Firmir Holloway begins, his tone reverent but firm. May I offer some advice? Everyone is eagerly awaiting a sign of your favor. Countess Ivinchel, Holy Father Lumiel, and General Bardarian have already arrived in the capital. It is widely believed that the first audience granted by a new ruler signals where their loyalties will lie. You recall your conversation with the butler yesterday and decide to probe further. And if my Majesty were to show favor to the common folk, who should I meet with? For a moment, the all-knowing Adrian freezes, caught off guard. Then he recovers and answers, "Sir, that is somewhat unconventional, as the common folk have no formal representative. However, I suppose you could forego meeting the 3 high-ranking figures and instead visit the nearest village. Such an act would send a very clear message."
Interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me write the names. So we have Countless Evish. Ah, this is the one that we needed. Was it? You fish. Countess E. Binchel. Holy Father Lumiel. So that's the church. Holy Father Lumiel and the General Bardarian. So that's the army. Bardarian. So if we met with Countess Evinchel, that's the aristocrats. Father Lumiel is the church. General Bardarian is the general, the army. But the commoners, we should get the commoner right. We should hire an actual voice actor, though no speech AI. They are indies though. Let me then. Let me see. Do we have information who made this game? Let me see. What it says. No, I don't see it. But it is developed and published by the same people, Kuwa Games. That is the only game they have, Kuwa Games. Let me see what it says on the page. No, there is no special notes or anything. Anyways, they do what they can with what they have. What is this? Why have this page open? Get out of here. Okay, so a lady will never be kept waiting. Summon Countess Binchel to me. The army is the kingdom's true backbone. I will gladly meet with General Bardarian. I will also welcome a bottle of wine. Ooh. The Holy Father Lumiel is always welcome guest in Valendor. Send for him at once. What is the name of the nearest village? Have the carriage prepared. We shall snooze the dignitaries. I have no mood to meet with anyone today. Leave me to my papers, Adrian. Oh yeah, when I don't have hand tracking, but when I'm thinking, I like to poke my lower lip. I don't know why I do that. I've been doing that my whole life. When I'm thinking, have you seen maybe movies, animations, or whatever? When they put color on their lips, they usually they put some color on or cream, the glow thingy. They put it on a finger and then they smear on the lower lip and then they pass the glow the lip gloss to the upper lip. Okay. Similar to that, but I just keep rubbing my lower lip, and when I do that with the face tracking, it looks like I'm like. Why I do that? It's so funny. Because when I'm doing that, see, it exposes my teeth, my lower teeth. So it tracks that. Anyways, so we shall go to. I am. We could say no to everyone. As I want to say no to everyone, so I don't have to make a decision. But whoever we choose, we're gonna get their help. We already lost army and 1 point on army. Hold on. We lost. Yes. Yes, we lost 1 on aristocrats and 1 in army. Aristocrats and army. So we go make up that point back. If I meet with the lady's countess even shell, we will get our point back. Or we can meet with General Bardarian and get army point back. But that means that we lose probably 1 more point on church and the other one that I didn't choose. So I will be losing 2 points on here. On army and aristocrats. I will be losing 2 points on one of them. If I choose the commoners, I will lose a point on all 3 of them. So I will lose 2 on army, 2 on aristocrats, and 1 in church. If we don't choose anyone, what will happen? Will I lose a point on all of them? Okay, we're already playing very bad. We're gonna die before the day 444, so we're probably just gonna last a week. Let's go all the way. Nah, no one. I knew it. We
Spend
lost
time
2.
poring
I
over
know. So
documents,
2
plans,
plus 2.
and notes from your predecessors, you managed to uncover something useful, even stumbled upon a promissory note from a particularly audacious moneylender. It seems he should be your first visit.
Interesting. We lost another point, like I said, but we didn't lose points on church. So let me change this -1 to -2. But we got 2 back on whatever this is, defense. I don't know. I forgot what was this. Promissory note. Leave me with my papers. +2 every turn. Oh, every turn. Moneylender. Okay. Stingy and
Stingy
even
and even stingier. In the early days of your reign, news arrived of the death of Igar Pagan, a notorious miser aristocrat and possessor of untold wealth. His name was synonymous with greed and hoarding, and even in his final days, he remained true to his principles. Having no direct heirs, his many relatives eagerly awaited the chance to claim the vast fortune hidden within the depths of his desolate mansion. However, Igar Pagan's will proved a fitting epitaph to his life of stinginess. In his final decree, he ordered, "My wealth shall go to no one, bury it with me." This command caused a wave of outrage and debate, and the matter was brought before you as the supreme arbiter, with the hope that you would bring justice to such an absurd situation.
Yeah, what a waste of fortune. Let's see. Load up this Mr. Treasure and send it straight to the royal treasury. Distribute his wealth equally amongst his noble relatives. Yes! Donate it to the construction of new monastery for Lumen. Give it to the church. I have read reports about issues with fortifications and soldiers housing at the distant outposts. Let the money be used for the kingdom's safety. So to the guards. Use the Mr. Fortune to found celebrations in every city and village. Let the people rejoice. Rejoice on his death? There is no option to use leave it be. Before you. Who bring it to me? Having no direct heirs, his many relatives eagerly awaited the chance to claim the vast fortune hidden within the depths of his desolate mansion. What if there is not enough? What if it has so many relatives that everyone just gets like 2 gold coins? And they're like, If we give it to Lumen, it will be like, oh, he's dead, help the church. And if we give it to the army, yeah, he's dead, has some use. Not parties. No. I mean, they will be happy, but no. Why the rejoicing the death of the greedy person? Greed and hoarding, and even his final days, he remained true to his principles. But no one hated him, right? Everyone just knows he is very rich, but they didn't hate him. He just didn't have direct heirs. So I say Church or army. I kinda want to give it back to the nobles, but what if he has so many family that, like I said, everyone just get 2 coins or 1 coin? Like, meh. What do you think? Church or army? Church? Church will help us keep peace within the kingdom, I assume. Army is to keep peace from outside the kingdom. I think we can make peace within the kingdom in other ways, right? We can still get favor with the commoners in somehow. Let's go with soldiers. Let's see.
By the end of the week, small outposts on the borders with Kokeo and Dalaman began seeing significant fortifications and winter-ready housing. Soldiers received generous rations and new weapons. Glory to the Dauphin!
Glory to the king! Dauphin! Wait, that was his name? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that was his name, Dauphin. Well, this came from the Igarpakun family.
If the stars are lit, you toss and turn restlessly in bed. The pillow is far too soft and your neck quickly stiffens. My first royal decree should ban soft pillows, you think, rising from the bed. In the fireplace, a single log crackles faintly as it burns out. Sleep eludes you on your first night as sovereign. Will you be able to bear such a heavy burden? Will you even survive to see the end of next week? Questions upon questions. Suddenly, a brilliant flash lights up the room, and you hurriedly step out onto the balcony. A star! A falling star! The palace guards shout in excited voices below.
I wonder how the people will interpret this. Many witnesses
witnessed the falling star tonight and saw it as a good omen for the start of the new king's reign. However, there were also those who believed this reign would be as brilliant and fleeting as the star's descent.
Maybe. Plus 1. Nice. That's all for today. Come back tomorrow. Oh, this is the commoners, the army, I don't know who this is, and this must be the church. Why you are not a lady? Wasn't there countess, no count? I was just watching a YouTube video about meats about castle meats, and I just came to the realization. I didn't think about it. I seen it. I like medieval so much, so I watch a lot of medieval movies and even cartoons, games, and all that. So yes, they usually have banners on the walls, but also they usually they have clothes on the walls. I never think about that. until I watched that video. The guy was so excited because he saw some like spikes coming out of the walls. And he was like, yes, that's where they hang the clothes. And what? Oh yeah, the clothes. But no, they don't have clothes. So usually like for bedrooms or like the party room or dining room or something like that, they usually have clothes. And he doesn't really like, he don't know for sure why. There's theories of why people will hang clothes on the castle, like, oh, it's for insulation or just decoration, etc., etc. I'm like, no, I mean, yes, but don't we paint our walls already? Like, current time, we paint our walls, we put paper, what's it called? Wallpaper, yeah. We put wallpaper with drawings and stuff. Amilcore33, saludos, hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días, buenas tardes, todavía de día. Perdón, hablo mucho en inglés, pero pues si me hablas en español, me cambias a modo español. Estaba diciendo que en los castillos cuelgan mucha tela. Aquí ponen estos baños, ¿verdad? Pero, por ejemplo, en recámaras o en comedores o cuando hay una fiesta, cuelgan telas por toda la pared. Y la gente que, bueno, es que estaba viendo eso en un video de YouTube y decían que no sabían exactamente por qué. Nomás de que, a lo mejor es por insulación o por decoración. Yo, obviamente es por decoración. Hace que se vea más bonito. Es que mira, ¿quién va a querer ver las paredes así llenas de piedra? Obviamente que quieren algo más cálido. Y por eso ponen, en lugar de, es que no pueden pintarlo. Yo digo que no tenían tanta pintura para andar pintando tanto castillo. Pero tela, fácil. Tela de colores, fácil. Y luego después lo pueden mover a otro cuarto y ya está. But yeah, I say, instead of painting the castle, the stone, they put the clothes so it looks warmer, it looks more cozy. Yes, I assume. So what? What is King's Hall? Oh! Forge. These are money! Well, not money, but not enough. Armory. It's not real money. It's more like funds. You cannot buy anything. I see. We could have buy a forge if I was more careful. At least. Oh, a herbalist will be nice. Leave me with my papers, +2 every turn. One more turn. Where is she? Next turn. Before the trial for the night, you receive the daily summary from your bottler. 7. Nice. Celine the Grey, the kingdom's last rightful ruler, died without leaving a direct heir. His death marked the start of the succession of changing kings, but no regent lived long enough to be proud. They haven't invented paint back then. I think they did. I'm sure they did. I don't know. I'm not a historian. But the castles are big. That's a lot of paint. Ooh, look at this! We have 13! So, the Harvest Festival, the Three Eyes, Romancing of the High Road. So, a lot of commoner. But we still have to make friends. Hi Woody, how you doing? Good evening. We still don't have informants. We need to make friends with someone. Where is the King Hall? This thing. Oh! You can buy. I want to buy the herbalist. What happens if we go to the negatives? Yes. For science! Engar's Herbal Shop is a heaven for remedies, offering everything from dried herbs and rare roots to tinctures. People come here for medicines that will save them from diseases and poisons. Initiative every 3 turns. -1? Whatever. Okay. Going dude? Awesome. I just started this game. We played 1 round and it's been an hour of stream already. I know that's the other one. Stronghold. Events are not available. Complete the map quest for. Well then. Let's do this church to ice. Commoner. Is it? And an army. The harder the training, the harder the battle. And this is aristocrat trapped in the snow. We have no friends though. Let's do commoners. The Harvest Festival. We don't have money. I just said. Romancing of the High Road.
Romantics of the High Road.
Romantics.
Between the dense ancient pines of the Verador forest, rarely traversed by man, lay 2 roads. The southwestern route, tenuously controlled by the garrison of Castle Keinhard, led to DeLong. The southeastern route, passing through fields and hamlets, remained defenseless against the bandits who had long claimed the forest as their own. These scoundrels preyed solely on merchants and tax collectors. Their raids were infrequent enough that no serious efforts had been made to eliminate them, but the harm they caused was becoming increasingly apparent. Finding them would not be easy. Even with the entire army mobilized, it would take months to comb through the hundreds of hectares of impassable forest. Local guards suspected that the peasants were protecting the bandits in exchange for small handouts. Perhaps a little pressure might loosen their tongues?
Interesting. Merchants and tax collectors. Scoundrel! Nothing worse. So send the elder of the nearest village to the dungeon of my castle for a meeting with the executioner. By the end of the week, we will know exactly where the bandits are camped. That's assuming that the poor elder has something to do, and maybe order the army to scour the forest, and if they fail to find the bandits, burn the Thunderbirch, or smoke them out. No. Why should I worry about merchants? Let them hire reliable guards. My tax collectors can take other routes. It is fortunate I ordered the construction of guardhouses station 1 on the southern road. I have no friends in the guardhouse yet. Missing guardhouses. Nah. Okay. Why the poor elder have to pay for what the rest of the people are doing? No. Order the army and smoke them out. That's asking for trouble. Why should I worry about merchants? Yeah, but the merchants are part of the aristocracy, aren't they? Raise solely on merchants and tax collectors. Kinda like Robin Hood. They don't attack the villagers. They probably donate money to the villagers. So yes, probably the villagers are part of it. But don't torture the poor elder. Nah, let's go with either burn the trees, well, the underbushes. This is asking for trouble though. It could work if we get lucky. Maybe there is a lucky roll, and it may fail or maybe succeed. Who knows? Or let the merchants hire reliable guards. But that means everything will be more expensive, and we will probably lose aristocracy points again. The tax collectors can take other routes. Can't they though? Where shall we take? Burn the trees! I should throw a dice. Let's see how this Boolean. So I burn the trees. No, okay. So let the merchants take higher. Whatever. I knew it.
Merchants were far from thrilled at the prospect of hiring additional guards to protect their caravans. Many decided it was simpler not to trade with you at all than to take such risks. As a result, tax revenues diminished significantly.
See, I told you we're gonna lose aristocracy. Let's do business. I'm afraid of taking the army mission, but let's take the army mission.
The harder the training, the harder the battle. You accepted General Bardarian's invitation to attend the annual military drills near the fortress of Akor, located in the northeastern part of your kingdom. This event was an opportunity to witness the finest soldiers of the realm in action. The fortress of Akor loomed atop a hill, its walls and garrison serving as the shield between your kingdom and the Duchy of Thorn. Thorn's golden age is long past, and today it poses no threat. But 30 years ago, a young Bardarian earned his first scar beneath these very walls. The gates of the fortress creaked open, and you rode inside on horseback. The inner courtyard was bustling with soldiers, their faces a mix of curiosity and interest. General Bardarian stood at the base of the main tower, greeting you with a broad smile and a welcoming gesture. Welcome to Akor, Your Majesty. We are honored by your presence at our annual drills. You followed the general through the fortress, observing the soldiers' training. Warriors honed their skills on training dummies, shot arrows at targets, and performed coordinated group assaults. This ritual was not only a demonstration of their prowess, but also a testament to their discipline and endurance. Time flew by, and the drills concluded with exhibition bouts using practice weapons between the best soldiers. Watching the mastery of your finest troops wielding their swords, you felt reassured about the kingdom's future. Your Majesty, Bardarian said, I know you trained extensively in your youth with both sword and rapier. Would you care to demonstrate your skills against one of my soldiers? I am certain it would leave the impression we desire.
It's a trap! Don't do it. I have not practiced in some time, but well, they say what is well learned is never forgotten. To the barrier! I'm gonna die. I will pass for today. I'm not feeling quite myself. Nah. Excuses! Certainly, how fortunate I have recently resumed fencing lessons. See, I never had a good answer. I'm gonna die. Let's die. Let's die. To the barrier! Oh.
It was not as bad as one might have thought. You deflected a series of powerful blows from your opponent quite well, but quickly found yourself out of breath. The lack of training took its toll. In the end, your opponent knelt suddenly and delivered a strong strike to your legs. You fell and decided that was enough. Tomorrow would already involve half a day spent in bed recovering from the blow. Yet no one shamed you for the fight. A king does not need to be the best warrior, but must never fear danger.
Sure, yeah. Okay. I was ready to die though. Alright, to the throne hall.
The maze to nowhere. You stumble upon a massive, cobweb-covered portrait of your great-great-great-great-grandfather, Tartagon the Builder, in one of the castle's far corners. Family legends claim that he was the one who completely rebuilt the capital and the royal fortress. Overcome with a sudden wave of gratitude toward your noble ancestor, you order the portrait cleaned and hung in a more prominent place. However, the servants discover a hidden entrance to a dark underground passage behind it. Will you send someone to explore it, descend yourself, or leave the secrets untouched?
Ooh, again, ready to die. As you gather a group of adventurers, explorers to search the ancient passage, who knows what they might find. I would descend myself and search for valuables. Put the porter back and see. Now let's actually send a group of adventurers. Sound really good. If I descend myself, I'm just gonna fumble and do nothing. I'm not an adventurer. Let's send the adventurers.
Someone called Indiana and his group of companions claimed to have been exploring the tombs of ancient kings long before your majesty was even born. This time, however, they found nothing of value, only spiders and bat droppings. Nevertheless, they charged as if they had discovered a diamond the size of a fist.
Nah, I'm running out of money.
Silver lining. You sit in the throne hall, watching the play of light reflecting through the stained glass windows, when a group of peasants and a noble aristocrat appears before you. Their faces are tense and anxious, and you realize that you are about to make another difficult decision. When were they ever easy? At the head of the peasants stands the village elder, his face lined with deep wrinkles. Next to him is a young shepherd, judging by his attire. Opposite them stands the aristocrat, Edward III Melwood, haughty and confident in his claim. 5 years ago, the common folk rented a patch of land in the foothills for my Melwood to graze their sheep. The land seemed barren, but for the peasants, it was their only hope of feeding their families. Fate, however, had other plans. While grazing their sheep, the shepherds discovered a rich vein of silver. They kept their discovery hidden from the landowner. When Edward III Melwood learned of the silver, he demanded the return of all the extracted ore and immediately sought to terminate the lease, claiming that the resources of the land were his by right. The desperate peasants have come to you, their king, to seek justice.
Okay, hold on, what? 5 years ago, the common folk rented a patch of land in the foothills from Melwood to graze their sheep. So they're paying Melwood so the sheep can eat. The land seemed barren, but for the peasants it was their only hope for feeding their families. Fate, however, had other plans. While grazing the sheep had discovered a rich vein of silver. They kept the discovery hidden from the landowner. When Melwood learned of the silver, he demanded the return of all the extracted ore immediately and sought to terminate the lease, claiming the resources of the land were his by right. Yeah, it's his land. No mineral resources in the kingdom belongs to the crown. The mine is hereby seized by the royal property. Let the common folk keep the silver they have already mined, but the nobleman has the right to terminate the lease. He may return all extra silver to Edward Melwood and vacate the land. The lease is for 5 years. The common folk may continue to use the land, and the silver they mine is lawfully theirs. Oh wait, yeah, they're paying, right? But no, how that works? The land is not theirs. They are renting it. And the reason they rent it is to feed the sheep. They need money, of course. They really need money. That's why they're renting, even if the land is not really that good for feeding the sheep, but it's the only option they had. And they're paying for it. Also, I noticed my phone was not charging. But they didn't rent it to farm silver. They rented it to feed the sheep. The silver belongs to the owner of the land. But the land belongs to the kingdom, actually. And we need money. We're gonna lose 1 point in commoners and maybe 2 points more on aristocrats. We are already down to like -4 on aristocrats. Who cares? We don't like aristocrats. I told you,
Mine
2
turned out
points.
to be extraordinarily rich, enabling you to implement your projects more swiftly. That is, of course, if the common folk do not hang you from the nearest tree, or the aristocrats do not strangle you on their own.
I knew that we were gonna lose 2 points on aristocrats. But see, we're not poor anymore. Nice.
In the torture chamber. When you open your eyes, the surrounding world gradually comes into focus. You are enveloped in dim light, with only the faint glow of torches on the walls casting shadows across the room. Thoughts race through your mind as swiftly as a loosed arrow, cold, damp.
We
The
only
air is
lasted
heavy,
2 days.
saturated with the stench of mold and blood. A chilling realization dawns. You are in the torture chamber. The room exudes a menacing aura. Thick stone walls, stained with dark patches and cloaked in moss, radiate an oppressive sense of hopelessness. Steel chains and shackles hang ominously along the walls, and various implements of torment are scattered in the corners. A wheel, a rack, searing irons. The floor is strewn with straw, soaked in the blood of past victims. In the center of the room stands a massive wooden table, to which you are bound by heavy iron manacles, drained of all strength. The creak of a door breaks the silence, and into the room strides Countess Eleanor Verdvinchel. Impeccable as always, she is a tall, statuesque woman with silvery hair styled in an intricate updo adorned with pearls. Her eyes are cold and merciless, a faint, almost imperceptible smile playing on her lips. Dressed in an elegant gown of dark silk, embellished with lace and precious jewels, she commands the room like the queen of this sinister domain. "Your Majesty," she says, her voice laced with a subtle irony, "I warned you that crossing the aristocracy was far from a wise decision." She steps closer, her quiet footsteps echoing softly against the cold walls of the chamber. "You thought you could disregard us, make decisions without heeding our interests. Now you see where such arrogance has led you. The aristocracy does not tolerate disrespect. We were prepared to cooperate, but you chose the path of confrontation." The Countess leans in, her cold breath brushing against your cheek. "I take no pleasure in your suffering," she continues, her tone dripping with feigned sincerity.
How her
"But
breath
order
is
must
cold.
be restored. A king who disregards his subjects, especially those as powerful as we are, cannot remain on the throne for long." She gestures with her hand, and from the shadows emerge several of her attendants. They approach the table where you lie, bound and helpless. "Farewell, Your Majesty," she says, her words a chilling farewell as she turns and departs, her footsteps fading behind the massive door.
I told you I wasn't even going to leave C5 days. Hey. Scream out loud.
After
In
your
the torture
death,
chamber, I gotta-
conflicts erupted across the kingdom, with every region becoming a hotbed of power struggles. The result of your short and inglorious reign was the complete collapse of a once mighty state. The aristocracy became entangled in endless feuds. The common folk staged one rebellion after another, and the army lost all discipline. The Luminites, once a pillar of stability, lost their influence over the people. Taking advantage of this weakness, neighboring powers invaded and swallowed up the remnants of your kingdom.
Wow. I didn't even last 1 week, but we had money. Wow, this game is hard. Those questions are good though. Those questions are very good. But I didn't have any resource to take the good answers. Shall we try again or shall we move to another game? What do you say? One more game or change? Play this one again or change to a new game? We had a lot of games. Where is it? Yes! New one, new game. Okay. Sí, but, es que creo que empecé con como 5 o 4 puntos en cada parte, ¿verdad? Están los commoners, los aristócratas, la army, ¿cómo se llama? Los soldados, y la iglesia. Creo que cada uno tenía como 4 puntos o una cosa así. Entonces todas las decisiones que estuve tomando, le estaba bajando puntos a la aristocracia. Le bajaba 1, y luego después tomaba otro juez y le bajaba otro, y el último que hice le bajó 2 puntos y creo que quedó negativo. y pues me mató la aristocracia. Está bonito, está difícil, pero está bonito. Ok, new game. Let's see. We have. Ah! Let's play I Had a Plan. Back to the void.